Hello, everybody. We're gathered here to talk about the priorities of our community as a response to the pandemic.
It's no secret that the pandemic has affected every aspect of our everyday lives, but just how much of our daily lives have been impacted by the virus? To answer this question, let's meet our team of professionals.
Hi, my name is Quinn, and I have served on the City Council for the past 6 years, and I'm very heartbroken at the impact COVID has had on the community. Our community members have expressed a lot of frustration about how the COVID response has been handled. They have also specifically voiced frustration about how policies have been communicated and reinforced, and the slow pace of the government response. As a representative of the City Council, it is my job to partake in these actions as soon as possible. It is imperative that the city government take serious measures to put a plan in place to better prepare the community in both short term and long term.
Hello, I am Sam. I am the healthcare professional or the nurse practitioner in the intensive care unit. So, throughout this COVID 19 outbreak, the hospital has had a significant shortage of staff and personal protective equipment. And while we do our best to provide as much equipment and support as possible for our patients and the nurses, the shortages of swabs, micropipettes, and ventilators did not allow us to care for our patients as well as we could have. So we are very focused on how to ensure that this shortage will not happen again and to proactively contain the outbreak so that fewer people need the hospital services.
I am Taylor. I am the school district superintendent, and I have been doing this for 15 years. As we all know, COVID has impacted us greatly, and especially me and the school and the educational system. Kids are remote now, and we have to shuffle and switch to that type of learning environment, and it has been hard for not only the kids but also the teachers that have been working hard to get things done. One of my goals are to bring kids back and have a safe environment.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm the CEO and director of the local youth center. The center provides a place for students to hang out after school and on the weekends. We provide academic support, sports leagues, afternoon activities such as chess, craft, and cooking. We try to engage the kids as much as we can depending on their interests. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we've had to shut down, and this arises a lot of concern for me because I know how important socializing and exercising are for these kids. Their mental, physical, and social health is impacted a lot by this outbreak. We need to find a way to help these kids keep socializing and keep exercising throughout this pandemic to make sure that they stay healthy and have an outlet.
Hi, my name is Morgan, and I'm a medical researcher for a local university's biology department. And I serve as the expert on the science behind COVID-19. I work to put medical advancement and testing initiatives front and center to the committee response plan. And in addition, I advocate to the committee for a public health campaign for testing and vaccines when it is ready to do so.
Hello, my name is Alex, and I'm a local small business owner, and I love supporting my community. I advocate for business and economy. Since COVID has hit, my store has been greatly affected. Not only has my store experienced a decrease in business, but I've also had to let go of a few employees until business generates more revenue. When the pandemic was at its worst, I actually had to temporarily close my business, which completely destroyed any revenue I brought in. Even though my business is currently open, I still experience a decrease of revenue. And I've had to provide in-store precautions to help shoppers socially distance. Although I have an online retail platform to support my business, I'm still really nervous on the overall economy and the long impact of the COVID pandemic on my business. As a part of the small business community, it's incredibly important for me to stimulate the economy and communicate properly to help support local businesses through the COVID pandemic.
Hi, I'm Logan, and I'm the manager at the local supermarket. Evidently, COVID has hit everyone really hard, including here at the store. When COVID initially came to the US, our store was overrun and our shelves were wiped clean of products and food. My main goals are to better prepare my store for the future and ensure the safety and health of my staff and our customers.
To help us get our lives back to normal, our team has created a pandemic response plan. Let's take a look.
One of the goals we have as a pandemic response, we talked about it with all the leaders of the community, and we've come to the conclusion that one of the 12 months goals is to open schools and youth centers. So having schools open and youth centers open is a huge thing for us. First of all, the kids need to get back to school. There's a lot of reports saying that depression rates are spiking due to kids being stuck inside and having limited social contact and stuff like that. So they need to get back to doing activities and socializing more. It also relieves stress from the parents. We've gotten notices from parents being stressed about their kids and things like that. And unfortunately, kids do not have access to 3 meals a day. Some of the kids do not have access to 3 meals a day. So being back at school, we provide two meals for the kids, breakfast and lunch, and it really helps the kids and the families of the kids that are struggling to put food on the table. And as for the testimony, I've spoken to some of the people that are handing out food and some food drives, and they talked about how COVID has made all this more difficult, and how they talk to kids and they're hungry. The kids are hungry, so opening schools is a must.
Our next goal is the opening of businesses. We need businesses to open. They play a vital role in sustaining our economy and every part of our life. Businesses provide income to the population and jobs to millions of Americans. With the closure of businesses with the COVID pandemic, our economy has suffered tremendously, and many people lost their jobs as a result, unable to feed their families. With the opening of businesses, we will be able to re-sustain our economy once again and hopefully recover from the COVID pandemic.
Representing the City Council, our next goal is to distribute vaccines to the public within the next 12 months. Vaccines are the only way to put a permanent stop to the spread of COVID, and thankfully we have developed effective vaccines. Both COVID vaccines released by Pcrp are estimated to be 25% more effective, which is revolutionary in the current COVID crisis. With vaccines in place, the next stop to stopping COVID is to distribute the vaccines to the people all across the country and initiate herd immunity. According to experts, around 80 to 90% of the population must be vaccinated in order for the herd immunity to work, which is why it's incredibly important that vaccines are made available to the public as quickly as possible. If the vaccines are openly available to the entire population, more people will be encouraged to take the vaccine, and with time, herd immunity will be established.
So, I am here on behalf of all the healthcare professionals in the world to say that we need to come together and communicate the next steps to take for the pandemic. For example, vaccine distributions, as Morgan said above, and treatments for patients, equipment for the hospital so that there's no more shortages, and apply more strict safety rules and guidelines for citizens to follow. Contact tracing is also important since it allows for friends and family to know that you are exposed to the virus and that you should watch out for any symptoms. So this basically helps test for the virus, and it's very important.
One of our 5-year goals is to prepare grocery stores. So what we mean by this is that we want to strengthen the connection between distribution and grocery stores, and they need to communicate more often. And if we did this, it would speed up shipments and create larger grocery stockpiles and reserves to prevent chaos from breaking out again. And by chaos, I mean the shelves being wiped out and people not being able to get supplies, as I mentioned earlier. So we really just have to better prepare ourselves by furthering these ties between the distribution and production companies and the grocery stores so that we can speed up shipments and create stockpiles so that we have plenty of food, and so that the next time a bunch of people rush out to the store to, wipe the shelves and take everything and hoard a bunch of toilet paper and all that stuff, we'll be ready with reserves and we can get shipments in as fast as possible as well.
To start off the 10-year plan, giving Wi-Fi to the public is very important. Everyone needs Wi-Fi in order to attend school, on any online classes they have, therapy sessions, meetings for work or possible jobs. Luckily, companies such as AT&T are working to get kids and families in low-income areas Wi-Fi. This will be a long process, obviously, but it will help students get their work done and be more connected.
And lastly, in the next 10 years, we will develop a monitoring system that will track outbreaks and vaccination distribution in the community. It will also include contact tracing, so it will alert you if you have been in close contact with someone that has just tested positive for COVID-19, and also includes a set of questionnaire that you can fill out if you want to be tested and know if you should be tested. This will be through an app that will be automatically installed on your phone, so it's easy and everyone will be accessible to this app.